Welcome to Fiber Hustle Live. My name is Chip.
My name is Aaron.
I can't even say it.
I was like, what is your name?
I like to quilt, aka get to the best part.
I like to knit and crochet, and I'm embracing the gray.
Yeah,
Tried to embrace the gray.
And you like to watch.
You do. Fiber Hustle, episode 38, a live for you, coming at you live.
Well, that went well, and we could call it good right here and now.
Well, let's end the show. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate you.
So nice to see you all. We've got a lot of hustlers out there. We see you, we love you, and we miss you.
We do. We miss you. And we're like, yesterday we talked about recording an episode. We're like, maybe we should go live just to make it a little bit easier. It's really not easier, but we said, let's do a live to make it easier. I know some of you are on the road to Rhinebeck, so you're trying to finish up your Rhinebeck sweaters, cardigans, shawls. So we said, hey, let's keep you company for a little bit while you try to get that finished. For those not going to Rhinebeck, we're still glad you are here.
What about people like me? People who, support those who are going to Rhinebeck and are getting dragged along?
Sir, I am taking you on a very nice vacation.
It is amazing. Aaron has been putting on his project hat, his project manager hat.
It's been a lot. We head out to Rhinebeck. We leave on a red-eye Wednesday night. We get in Thursday morning. Then we have 9 hours to kill before we can check into our Verbo.
We do?
Yes. So there's going to be a bunch of us. We've Zoomed with some friends for the last 2.5 years since COVID. So, those Instagram reels or whatever you call them, the TikToks that say it was a plan and we made it happen. That's what's hopefully going to happen. There's going to be 11 of us in this Airbnb, Verbo, whatever. I don't know what the difference is. It's like PayPal and Venmo. But yeah, we're getting together with those people. I think I've met most of them, but not everybody has met each other, and there's a few people I have not met, so I'm super excited.
I'm excited because you know what? There are some people, Aaron, that ride both sides of the fence. They're bistitchual, and they take care of the knitting part of the house, and they take care of the quilting part of the house, and I have been promised that they are going to rescue me.
Oh, yes, like your friends.
Like
Susan,
they're going to distract
Sally, Angel, all those people are taking you.
They're going to distract me.
Yes.
And apparently, I don't know if it was Kevin or Ray, but they said I can carry their yarn.
I can carry it. It might have been a different Kevin. I don't know which Kevin it is. I don't know.
While they go shopping.
Oh, that'd be fun. We're doing Woolfolk. I'm telling Chip this because he's been...
I have no idea.
I do all the planning and things. He hates that kind of thing. So on Friday, we'll be going to Woolfolk for a while. There's going to be a podcaster patio kind of thing with Grocery Girls Gigi, but our really good friends Kevin and Ray are going to be there doing their thing live. We have a meet and greet at Rhinebeck behind the barn.
Behind the barn.
On Saturday. It's nobody told us to do this, so if you want to meet us behind the barn, it might be a kissing booth involved. I don't know what kind of shenanigans we'll get into, but yeah, bring $5. See what happens. That sounded really bad. It was supposed to sound funny in my head, but it just came off dirty.
He brought this up yesterday, and he said, oh, what are those? The honey buckets. He goes, we're going to be by the honey buckets behind the barn for our personal meet and greet. We're not going to be on Podcaster Hill. We're going to be behind the barn.
Yeah, so if you want to come behind the barn with us, you're free to come behind the barn with us. It's going to be so much fun.
So please, 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 if you guys are going to be going, don't be, like, we don't know if you know us, and like, just come up and say hi. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
I know that there's some of my friends that are like, oh my God, I just went and, I wasn't sure if I was going to meet so-and-so. And like, yeah, please just like kick us, smack us.
Yeah, say hi.
Just say hi.
Make sure a lot of you, we communicate through Instagram, which I know you through Instagram, but some of you, I've never seen your faces. So if Cindy walks up and goes, it's Cindy, and your name is I Knit 3 times a week on Instagram, I need your help with the connection when we get there.
So we can't wait to see you.
Yes.
So Erin, what have you been up to?
Oh, wait, well, Sally wants to know what time behind the barn. 1:30 behind the barn.
And Sally, make sure you do, because there might be a little something that's coming on the plane to come see you.
Yes, exactly. Gosh, we haven't recorded for a while, obviously. So how was your fall, summer, winter, whatever it is now?
Okay, so I think that last we spoke, so a year ago, I finished my contract up with my job, and you have to take like a 6-month break before you can return. At the end of that, I actually got a job to go on FTE, went full time. Gang, the job wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, and I was miserable. So so I started back in late spring, and I said see ya in early fall. So like just about a month ago. And in the meantime, even though we haven't been podcasting and I haven't been doing the quilt stream, I have been busy still doing my Tuesday night Zoom meetings, which is I love. So it's like I may not have been out in social media, but I definitely have been busy. And I've been working on a top secret fiber hustle venture. So TBD, details to come forward.
Can't wait for that. I can't wait.
Yeah.
What have I been doing? We went to Vogue Knitting Live way long time ago.
When was that?
March, April?
Was it?
Let's say March, April. I know. Well, it was around the time you started your job.
It was.
You're no
it
longer there. So it was March, April. I took a couple classes. I took a steeking class with Michelle Bernstein. And guys, I want to show you this real quick. These are coasters that our mugs are on today.
Wait, what is this?
This is I made this, but this was so. Can I borrow that real quick?
Sure.
So I did these little cute sheep in the. These little cute sheep in the round, and then we did like a baby steek. So we did a crochet steek. We did up the side. They were like this, and I went with my little scissors. And then I weaved in my ends, and they're coasters. This pattern is on Ravelry. Apologies. They will be in the show notes later, because I forgot I was even going to talk about these. But I learned how to steek, and then I took a class with Keith Leonard. It's a perfect finish, so we had swatches of stockinette stitch, garter stitch, and basically if you're doing a sweater, we just put these swatches together any which way. Stockinette to garter, garter to garter, left, right, sideways, up, down, all that good stuff. And it's so easy on little swatches that it made me more confident to try a sweater steeking, a sweater steeking, and sewing up, because I love doing it around because it's so easy. But it's time to get out of the kiddie pool and maybe jump into the danger zone and try an actual front, back, arms and all that stuff and put it together. So that was Vogue Knitting Live, which was good this year. Went to the men's knitting retreat in September. It was about 32 gentlemen.
Was this your second or third year?
Third, but we missed last year because of last year was the mask year. This is my third year, so we'll just say that.
Cool.
Yeah, great time there as well. Took an Intarsia class. Not sure if Intarsia is for me, but Kyle was a very good teacher of Intarsia. It's just, I'm like, is this something I want to do with my life? I don't know yet. I don't.
Well, hi, Kyle.
Yes, hi, Kyle. Thank you so much for the class. Did you see us on Fiber Chats 2 months ago?
Oh,
Was it
that's
June,
right.
July? July, we were on Fiber Chats with Irina, and it was so much fun. So it was.
I was afraid we were taking over the show. It was. We promised when we started. It was a Fiber Hustle takeover.
It was a Fiber Hustle takeover. No, it was so fun. It was just fun to be interviewed and answer her questions, and yeah.
Little inside behind the curtain peek. She when she interviews you, so just be prepared. She does not send the questions beforehand, so you are on the spot trying to come up, trying to think about what you're saying.
Yes, and we tried to ask her questions. And she's like, "This is more about you guys." I'm like, "Okay, I understand. We're pretty awesome."
Oh.
She's great. She was super nice, just totally down to earth. I think a video came out in March, which was internationally ignored. So after this, go back and watch Fiber Hustle episode. It wasn't even an episode. I did a little vlog. I'm learning to, well, I'm a yarn dyer now. I'll just say it. I am dyeing yarn. I fell in love with it. I went to my friend Carrie's house down in Oregon, and she taught me some tricks how to dye yarn. 100% fell in love with it, and I think I might start dyeing even more yarn. So thank you, Carrie, for helping me. And then my friend Deb, the owner, like the person who dyes the serial knitter stuff, said, "Hey, come over." And we dyed yarn one day too. And I was like, that's like, oh, I don't know what you're trying to show, my love.
I was just trying to say hi to Carrie on the thing, and all of these things started blowing up. So like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
So let's just rewind that. That was Carrie at the Creative Obsession.
Yes, Carrie at the Creative Obsession.
She taught you how to dye.
She taught me, and then my friend Deb from Serial Knitters. To me, it's like if Michael Jordan taught you how to play basketball. So that's what I think about Deb and Carrie's.
All right. You know, you've teased it, and you've said, hey, you know, I have this new identity, and it's like I found a part of myself. Why don't we show them? Can we show them?
Do you guys want to see a little bit? A little sneak peek? Just a little bit?
Let's make some room.
Let's make some room.
Because dude, again, you know, in this household, there's two people really. There's one that like has ninja moves when it comes to the credit card. And then there's the other one that is like shaking as you're at the end of the last of the month and you're waiting for that paycheck. There's somebody. He has been buying yarn, y'all.
Hold up.
He's got ninja moves.
I have been buying yarn to dye. I don't think I have personally bought a single skein of yarn this year yet. Look at me, but I don't have to anymore. So let me just show you a few. You don't mind, do you? Good. Okay. So my inspiration, because you know I'm a big music person. I play the drums, play guitar. I still collect vinyl records, never gave that up. So my inspiration for what I'm doing is pretty much vinyl records. I'm listening to something, I look at the cover, I'm like, can I do that? Some of them are spot on, gang. So here we go. Let's start out with a little bit of, we all love this. We all love the Go-Go's.
Name one song by the Go-Go's right now.
Put it in the chat. And so I have created this Beauty and the Beat colorway. I mean, come on, it almost looks exactly like it. We even got down to the little lipstick prints right here that they have right here on the album. I mean, yeah, it's kind of an A+.
Is that nail polish?
It is nail polish. Oh, not lipstick. Wait, lipstick and nail polish?
Well, so lipstick matches the nail polish.
Truth.
I mean, wait. I mean, like, I'm gonna toot your horn.
No, please do.
Like this sky blue. I mean, and I don't know if you guys have ever dyed yarn. I have no earthly idea how you go what you see and try to translate that into a physical form using powders that really the powders don't look like what they're going to turn out to, and it's like, how do you do that?
Especially being I'm a little bit colorblind, so I don't know. It's just, I got a gift.
Why doesn't this one look so happy? She looks like such straight face. This one's like, I'm here for it.
Nice. When I was at my friend Deb's, I said, hey, I would love to do a Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers kind of theme yarn, and we came up together with this one. I mean,
this is a flippin' story. This is a story.
Yes, because big Tom Petty fan. I was listening to this album, and then again, just the way I consume music, I was looking at the cover, reading the liner notes still. And I mean, the yarn actually even gets lost in there. Like, you can't really even see it. It blends in so well.
It is. I mean, like, you are onto something.
Yes. So I made, I think there's 3 or 4 of these. So I'm very excited about that. I mean, this is all fingering weight. I have done some DK and stuff, but this is all fingering weight. We'll only go through a few more. Just last week, I was listening to some Counting Crows.
How many were there?
There were 3 of them. Counting Crows. And then I came up with this colorway. The interesting thing about this colorway, to me, is when I was doing the black parts in this, I actually wrote the word fiber hustle or just a big F and H to get like this kind of thing. So these little black spots are F and H's in black. It's like I put our branding in the yarn.
Really?
No big deal.
Aaron.
I'll wait till all the comments there.
Wait, we need to go up.
It's me. I did that. Again, just a few more. Cinderella. Who doesn't love Cinderella Night Songs album? That makes me really sad because this album.
Do you see what I'm wearing?
When this album came out, obviously I was a very young lad, but we would go camping at this campground in Ohio, and this album was like the album of the summer at the campground around the same time. Was it the same time as Paula Abdul? Paula Abdul was a few years later. Yes, but no, this was everywhere. So we came up with this colorway. Me and my alter ego, came up with this. It's the Night Songs colorway, and it kind of goes with this. The red, I could have got a little bit better. Reds, I'm still working with.
Are you kidding me? No. Look at that. It's in there.
Yeah, it's in there.
Come on. I mean, like, this is, how do I zoom in for life?
Zoom in for life. Can we just...
Look at the high heels on these suckers. I mean, like...
Those were fashion high heels. This is before drag queens were really like hip and stuff. The 80s rockers were kind of the drag queens of the day. Which,
I mean, like...
Isn't that interesting that this is what made you look tough in the 80s for a while. Like, this is the epitome of, this is like UFC fighters today. This is what UFC fighters' toughness looked like in the 80s. And just, I have 2 more just to show real quick, just because we're on the album cover kick. I could do these 2. We have a little bit of candlebox yarn on this side, because I've been listening to this album for some reason, and last week I was listening to this one. This one's a different interpretation. It's all speckled. It's there. Again, it doesn't have to be literal, but my inspiration for this yarn was melancholy and infinite sadness.
Wait, say that word again?
Melancholy and the infinite sadness by Smashing Pumpkins. That was.
Oh wait. So
a
okay.
lot.
So that actually okay. So you know what? I just love like the combo here, and I'm gonna give it to you. Look at that. I mean, Aaron, that is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. So when you're around music all the time, your inspiration obviously becomes music. Then I just have a whole bunch here that I'm just playing around with. These are mostly DK weights. So I'm playing with solids. We don't have to get too close on these. Playing with solids right now just to kind of do different things and just stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh wait, what's that one?
This one?
Yes.
Yes, isn't that one gorge?
Okay, let's get that one. That is really pretty. And actually, you know what, gang, the colors are really coming up true to life. This is really, really, you dye good.
I do good?
Oh look, I didn't even see that. There's an orange in there, and I love this minty with the chocolate. This, you were hungry.
I know. The only thing about this one is I didn't write down the recipe for it. So this one is gonna be, everything else has the recipe. This is one of those that I think it was at the end of some dye sessions. I just started like, and I'm like, this is really cool, but don't have the recipe. So you never know when someday these might end up like on a website or something for purchase. I don't know. We shall find out someday.
Wink, wink.
Thank you. I couldn't see all the comments because I was showing the yarn, but I'm seeing some very, very nice comments in the comment section, and I appreciate you guys, all of you.
Well, you know what? So, Moni Dawson, she says, I love the colors. They're so rich.
Thank you, Moni. I appreciate that.
Love it.
Cool. Yeah, that's my yarn dyeing experience right now.
I love that it's coming from you, and it's once you have your inspiration that as your starting point, it's like you're doing my favorite thing. You are stealing like an artist. Like somebody out there already went through all the design trouble, like picking colors and and all of a sudden you just ran with it and you were inspired by their art. And that's just, I mean, like maybe you could do something at home. You guys could do something based on what you're seeing. I could turn one of those and say, you know what? I love the Go-Go's. That was a yes list. I could turn that into a quilt. I would love to.
You should. Do it. Let's join forces. That was the cheesiest thing we've ever done.
Okay, so I'm gonna count that as Aaron. You made that?
I did. I made that. So
Wow.
yeah, we went directly right into it.
Okay, so we're gonna transition real quick, and gang, I live with somebody who is so cruel.
Seamus?
Oh, not Seamus.
I'm like, Seamus?
This one.
Oh.
So more than a year ago, last summer, me and Curly Seams with Tracy and Emma, and also the Wool Patch, Stuart, we all did a quilt along, and there was several of you who are here today that actually participated in it too. And it went from a couple of months, I think it was like we had 60 days to do this thing. And I had my quilt top finished by the time it was done, and then I put it on the long arm, and then it sat. It sat there for a year on my long arm. I was so afraid. It's this one behind me, the Alaska Rainbow, and I'm telling you, like, by the time I got it on the long arm, I was just so nervous because it's like you have all of this. Like, this was a $200 kit that I bought, and you know, you got your pattern, you got your fabric, and this was a pre-cut, so it was all cut for me. And like, I invested like a shit ton of money, and I was just so nervous about what kind of design I was going to do on the quilting. And then it got to the point, I'm going to bring this up, it got to the point where somebody thought he was being funny, and he said, oh, no, you know what? He put a sign on my quilt, long arm. He said, for display only, do not touch.
It's like when you go into those old like antique stores that are like, do not touch, because nobody has used it for like years and years and years. For some reason I walked by it and I was just like seeing this thing in our dining room that's just sitting there and not being touched. So I got the clever idea just to put a little cute sign up.
Which was enough to prod me to actually get back to it. And so once I got over the hurdle, I actually had a good time. I wonder, did I set aside the video? Let's see if I did. But
I don't know.
It's okay. I don't need it. So on the quilt, I actually finally said, just screw it. Stop trying to overthink it. And I did a meander all the way through the quilt, except for, I don't know how easy it is to tell, but in these stars that are down here, over here, and that guy over there, I made the atomic sign with some ruler work. That's all the ruler work I did, and I'm so thrilled in the way that it turned out. I mean, like, this thing is, how big is it? It is, I have it on here. It is big.
I think was it 54 by 54 or 59 by 59, or am I way off?
Who knows?
We just measured it today.
We just measured it, and somehow
I thought you wrote it down.
Oh, it's 65.5 square. That's what mine finished out with, and I could not be more thrilled. We actually had a very, I would say a medium-sized quilt along. It wasn't just like 5 of us, but it was so much fun doing it with you guys, and we we're going to have other quilt alongs. So don't feel like you have to be an expert, and don't feel that you personally have to take a whole year to quilt it, that you could actually quilt by paycheck, send it to somebody else. And it's a great way with these quilt alongs that we do. It's not one of those big ones that you're really lost and like we don't see you, because we end up becoming, we have a squad, we have a lot of friends, and the more the merrier. But it is nice. And like the last one that we did, which I'm going to show you later, it was a new technique to us that Tracy over at the Curly Seams, she did a whole tutorial, she did a class, and all by Zoom, and it was really, really a lot of fun. So like if you're ever interested, you know, like, hey, do a quilt along, you won't regret it. Because I know like a lot of you knitters, I don't know why I had the rabbit ears, but a lot of you knitters, I mean, like, you're all, you know, like all in on.
They love knit alongs and stuff like that, crochet alongs. Yeah, all of them.
Like, what's the one that everybody is doing right now?
Well, they're doing the Stephen West make-along, the mystery make-along, but a lot of people are doing Piece for Piece. Michael from Piece for Piece and Ray and Kevin, Needles at the Ready.
I'm here for it.
Make-along, which is any Stephen West pattern. Gentlemen, I apologize if I forget the hashtag, but obviously if you follow Needles at the Ready or Piece for Piece Michael, they'll have the hashtag, which that one looks super fun too. I miss hosting the alongs. I would love to do another dishcloth revolution sometime.
I actually think you should, because we're really getting into peak crafting season. So knitting, quilting, like the holidays are going to be here, lickety split. And so maybe when we get back from Rhinebeck, we could just do, because it's really, it doesn't take a lot to get set up into it. Like, here's a little palette cleanser, and do a dishcloth revolution.
Because last year's
I'm going to push you into it.
Last year's was only a week, and that's it. You made as many dishcloths as you could in a week, and maybe we'll do it again.
I love it.
We'll find out.
So that was me on my Alaska rainbow, and like it took a year to get over that, to find the other side of the rainbow. But I feel like I wound up with a golden pot, or a pot full of gold.
Yeah, it looks great. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be hanging somewhere and not just besides behind us.
Yeah, and
in the
like
living room all day long.
These were the colors. So actually, there were two quilts. Two kits. Me talk purdy someday. There were two different versions of the kits, and the one was like ours was, this is a linen, and it's sold, it was Laundry Basket Quilts is the pattern designer, and she was the one who did the kits, whether you did the pre-cut kits or just the yardage. And she did this one, which I feel like is kind of muted tones, but then there was some, excuse me, there were some real bright colored ones, and I was like, gosh, I really love that one too. I'm actually, this one's not going on the couch. This one's gonna go on the wall someday.
I hope so.
And I just absolutely love that. It was so much fun, gang. It was so much fun. And then some people did theirs, and it was like, they did it in a negative, so all the background where you have the light color, they did it in like a black, and then they did these vibrant colors that stuck out. It was like, oh, so yeah.
I love it. It's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, so Aaron.
Yes.
You made that?
I did. So many months ago when I first started dyeing yarn, Kevin and I were talking, Needles Kevin, and he goes, hey, maybe we should do this Garter Abyss pattern by Stephen West, just like a two-person knit along. We'll use our own yarn. Kevin bowed out really quickly for some reason.
Wah, wah.
Kevin. But yeah, I continued like a star. I know he had a lot of other things, but his colors were great. So this is my own yarn for this Garter Abyss. It is huge. It's all garter, obviously. So if you can do garter, you can do some yarn overs, things like that. It's super easy. It just takes a while because it's so big. It is a 5 skein fade. I might have to do like this to show how large it is.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. Look at it. It keeps on going this way. I think I accidentally made it bigger than it needed to be.
How?
And because I think I screwed up somewhere and got my count off. So literally, I think it's maybe like a foot bigger than it needs to be. But because it wraps around me twice. But yeah, it's 5 skeins. You can kind of see where the changes are. Up here, you can't see it as much. Obviously, I did orange. Then the orange starts to get a little darker here. Then you can see, obviously, the transition here. Then I did some teal and orange together. Then it ended up in teal. I'm afraid I'm going to screw up the microphone, but look at this. How do I see? It's so big that I can't even.
It's really big.
It's super huge.
And you're going to love it.
It's big, it's beautiful, and you're going to love it. But yeah, so it's almost like it can go, or not almost, it can go around me twice. Obviously, I'm not styling it correctly right now. But yeah, I love this thing, and I love the teal pop because I've been in the teal lately, and I don't know what made me do orange. I think orange was just something that I wanted to do these last few weeks. It is made on a 3.75 millimeter needle. See, I can't. What's happening? It's consuming me. It's like a bug. I can't get it. There we go. Yeah, it's
Should you have done a dress rehearsal?
3.75 millimeter needle. I use my ChowGoo red lace needles, which I always use. But I mean, yeah, there's little yarn overs and stuff, so you can kind of see through it. It starts out. This is one that I missed. The way I blocked it is you're bringing these to a point. If you can see there, there's a few spots that it looks like I missed. But yeah, so once you do the yarn over holes, there should be a, I'm sorry, it's large.
Valerie says the colors are amazing.
Thank you, Valerie. No, I am really super happy with it, and I think it's awesome. It's just, it's large. It is large, but I'm a large person too, so it's gonna work. And I haven't taken any pictures of this, so hopefully when I get to Rhinebeck, Kingston area, the leaves will be leaving and all that stuff, and I can take some fabulous, super pictures of
Maybe somebody can help you put it on behind the barn.
Yes, if anybody would like to meet me behind the barn to help me put this on, I think that would be amazing. Yeah, so come see this behind the barn. You can touch it behind the barn as well.
You need a colorway that says, it's called Behind the Barn.
Either meet me behind the barn or behind the barn or something like that. And I will get my inspiration from all the Rhinebeck barns and the colors, and then I will create
I love that.
A behind the barn, Fiber Hustle behind the barn colorway. That's kind of a lot to say though. What color is that? Fiber Hustle behind the barn colorway. Yes. So no, this was super fun. It just, towards the end, I was like, oh my gosh, it's just so much knitting. I'm super ready to be done with this, and super fun. Yes. How about you, Chip? You made that?
I did. Oh.
What?
I told you I've been busy. I may not have been at the JOB a lot within the last whole year, but I have been busy. So I have been
Seamus again? Is nagging you?
We'll just get to it. I have been working so hard.
Oh.
To, like, everybody has been saying, oh, I wish you need to make those. Well, gang, Chip's basket is, I have been just like trying to get my recipe right and get it.
You think you're really gonna put your arm through it?
I'm gonna tell you, this is still a prototype, but I'm getting closer. And this one's too expensive.
It's a gorgeous prototype.
This one was expensive just because of the fabric. But I saw the fabric, and I was just like, oh man, I'm really excited about that one. But I absolutely just love, love, love this. And we've got some, one of my buttons came undone. We've got snap buttons at the top.
It has snaps, gang, snaps.
It's all quilted, and like, I absolutely love, love, love this one. And so this is I'm gonna consider this one my large or extra large. But yet, gang, I am in.
There's a lot of people saying, a Chip basket, please tell me these are for sale.
And when I first started doing these, I'm really a sucker for gingham. And so I know I've made a gingham in the past, but it wasn't this good. And I'm getting better and better and better at it. And I just love, love, love me some gingham. And thank you to Ray and Kevin, who gave me feedback, because I was trying with my recipe when I was prototyping more than a year ago, and I sent them some baskets, and I used more of it's like a cotton batting foam. It wasn't straight up foam, and I was like, maybe this is a better price point, but unfortunately theirs was falling and it wasn't holding up as well. So like I have committed myself to like, yeah, I'm gonna go and stretch. It'll be more expensive, but it's worth it because y'all want something that is going to stay on the couch. It is going to live with you. It can go from room to room. You can hide your sins in there if you're doing a...
What kind of sins are we hiding? You put your weed in there.
You put your weed in there. But yeah, and then we have on the very opposite end, we have, like, if you're doing little socks.
Look how cute that
I love this. And, like, look at this guy. He is all quilted. This is so uber-duper cute. We have some, like a little mini.
He's so cute. You can put yarn in there.
You could put yarn in there. So if you're doing a little project, it's not, you can just put your yarn in there and like get some stitch markers and you're good to go. Take that to the doctor's office, to the kids' soccer game, I love this.
I love it too.
Gang, yes, I will be selling them. TBD how soon it's going to be, but it 100% is coming to you. And so we've set up our license, our tax ID, like things are happening, but it is a lot. It is a lot to get everything going. So anybody who has a small business, God bless you, because it's not easy.
It is not easy, and yeah. So what? Maybe my yarn, your baskets,
maybe
come together in some kind of way at some point. That would be pretty fun.
And 100%, it's not going to be on Etsy. 100%.
Yeah, we're exploring options. We're still looking for the right logo as well. Any logo designers out there, reach out to us for like that we can pay you peanuts.
What is it? We'll pay you in Mrs. Werther's.
We'll pay you in Werther's Originals.
Werther's Originals. Okay,
Oh my God.
I'm actually jumping to the chase, but it's maybe we're getting halfway through. So, since we said Mrs. Werther's, what's happening?
I don't know. Oh, you are just... So we haven't had a bingo for a while, and we have run out of bingo gifts. We know many of you have sent us prizes from the past. Trilogy yarns, needles at the ready, mad creative bags, scrappy angel bags. Charlie has made us bags. I mean, we have had so many different donations. We only have like 3 things left that somebody just sent a couple weeks ago. I think it was Sarah. If you would like to donate to Fiber Hustle Bingo, reach out to us through our email or Instagram. Instagram's usually the fastest way. But we plan to have a
Halloween bingo.
We weren't going to do it, but we're like, let's have a Halloween bingo. If there are prizes, great. If there are not prizes, still great. What is that noise?
Seamus is over there on the...
Seamus,
he loves cardboard.
I'm like, what is that noise?
Remember when we were in the middle of a show and the girl fell on her bike outside? We're like, what's happening? Seamus is down here and he's just like, if there's cardboard, he has never met a cardboard he doesn't love. He loves to scratch it and he loves to chew it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what is that noise? But yeah, so Halloween Bingo, October 29th, maybe hosted by the Fiber Hussies, not sure. Depends if I want to shave or not.
But the Fiber Hussies have been threatening because it's been so long since we've done a show that they were actually just going to take the show over.
Mm-hmm. They were. So keep an eye on Instagram and things like that. If you don't have Instagram, you can always email us and say, I want in like October 29th. We're not sure if we're doing 1 or 2 games, but we'll announce it and all that good stuff.
But it will be Halloween bingo.
Yes, so if you're not going to dress up, this is the year we say, if you're not going to dress up, save it for another time.
Cameras on. Dressed up.
Yes, come correct.
Okay, so that was, I know it took a little detour, but like Mrs. Werther's, Lady Chips.
Yes, the original Mrs. Werther's.
The original Mrs. Werther's.
The original Mrs. Werther's will probably make an appearance for Halloween Bingo. Super excited for it.
Okay, so you made that?
I did. I can't put them on, but I just wanted to show you these fabulous vanilla socks that I have made. If I try to put them on, it'll just be, hilarity would ensue. But yes, these were made on my friend Carrie, Creative Obsession, when I was down at her house dyeing yarn. We used her sweater knitting machine. Went zzz, 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 zzz. She actually kind of did it for me. And then this is my first time doing afterthought everything. Afterthought heel, cuff, toe, all that good stuff. Not as scary as you would think it is. Sheva sent me a pattern that she wrote a few years ago, which helped. I think I watched the Crazy Sock Ladies pattern, but yeah. And I know a lot of people don't like the fit of it. I haven't had these on all day. We have had a hot summer, so I really have not had these on all day to figure out if I love, hate, or whatever the afterthought heel, which I'm very excited. Hopefully it will cool down soon. The yarn is Unbelievable by Get Knit Faced in Colorado. It's CO. I'm assuming it's Colorado, not company. Get Knit Faced in Colorado. Love this yarn. Check her out. She's on Instagram and sells it. Unbelievable. It's striped up by itself. Nothing we had to do. And the heel, toe, and cuff was leftover Knit Picks Hawthorn. And the color, it's a purplish color. But it actually kind of went with this since it's yellow, purple, and white. But yeah, these were just pretty much doctor's office knitting this year. I have a hat for doctor's office knitting now, and these. But yeah, love this yarn. I think I saw it on somebody else's podcast. Was it the Boozy Bears had a live and they showed this? And I said, oh my God, I have to have this yarn. And she's like, I'll send it to you. And I was like, thank you so much. So yeah, love it.
Just to let you know, Mickey says, oh no, I'm really digging the white beard. Don't shave it.
I am trying to serve Santa Claus realness, apparently.
Bob Clark says, does that mean you're going to have to shave, Aaron? OMG.
True. I don't know what to do now because for my drag preference, I don't like to see facial hair in my drag. So I don't know if I would be, I don't know. But obviously, it's going to grow back. It's a big beard.
Well, you know what?
This always grows.
So I don't know if she still is carrying, or featuring the same hairstyle, but have you guys seen Hocus Pocus 2? It's a little gift. It's a little gift that they put out in the universe, and it was amazing. It was great. Two things I didn't understand. One was the girls that played the younger children version of the Three Witches. I couldn't stand them. I thought they were terrible actresses. And then the other thing is when the witches came back to life, they break out in song in the woods, and like who are they performing to? Other than that, we totally had a heart for Hocus Pocus 2. They did such an amazing job celebrating the Hocus Pocus 1, and it was a really, they even did like a little kiss wink wink to Gary and Penny Marshall a couple times throughout the movie. It's a little gift a Halloween gift that you definitely should see. If you have Disney Plus or, go over a friend's house, maybe, could we watch that again over at our retreat?
I don't know if we have cable there or not. I don't know how this stuff works.
Oh. Technology.
So, technology. We should unplug for the whole weekend.
Yes.
You would die.
Me?
You wouldn't have your TikToks.
True.
You wouldn't have your TikTok. But no, it was an enjoyable movie. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is like Top Gun. But it was
really well done.
As much criticism as it got, it's like, people relax. It's Hocus Pocus 2. It's not like they remade Fargo. It's one of my favorite movies, so that's why.
Okay, well, in keeping with the Halloween theme, a while back I made these Halloween bowl cozies, and these are from AccuQuilt, and I have the die. I thought I was right. Here it is.
Somewhere.
Here's the die. So it is the AccuQuilt bowl cozy die, and I love it. You just put your fabric on, you put your cotton, you just put your layers all together. It cuts it out. Boom, you are ready to get sewing. And these are amazing. If you want, You could use these in the microwave. You just want to make sure that you're using all 100% cotton materials. So that's including your regular fabric and your batting. And these whip up so nice. I actually, or shall I say, we have these in the house in a couple of different spots. They're good for candy or Mrs. Original, what is it?
Werther's Originals.
Werther's Originals that go in here. And you can put your keys, all your keys.
You can. Put your keys, loose change, all that good stuff.
Or, just like if there's something that's coming out, out of the microwave, you just hold it by this and they go in the washing machine. They're perfect. These are Robert Kaufman classic horror fabric, and love, love, love these.
It's so scary. No, wait. You said that obviously you can't put certain things in the microwave. What about the thread?
You can use cotton thread.
It's cotton thread? Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, and love it. I mean, like, you can whip these out in like 15, 20 minutes. These are good little gifts to give to your coworkers, to give to your family and friends. And, like, who doesn't want blood spatter when you're eating?
I mean, come on. I mean, sometimes Chip's choice of viewing why we eat dinner is like, can we not watch this right now? I figured there was something on a couple weeks ago. I'm like, you were watching Dahmer.
I love it. Dahmer?
Which nothing in the episode we watched was too much. I said, it's a choice you're going to make now. Is this something we really want to watch while we're eating dinner? And you're like, all the bad stuff's already happened. I'm like, okay. So we'll go ahead and go with that.
Complain. Aaron, you made that?
What do I have left? I have left. I feel like everything I has made has been Stephen West. This is many months ago. I want to make another boneyard shawl. It's been a very, very long time. This is made out of 3. Sorry, you guys gotta get.
He makes such things that are so big that he has to stand up to show them off.
This is made out of 3 skeins of Serial Knitters DK weight yarn, and this is the colorway of Ridiculous. Oh, look at me dance. Ridiculous. And I love how it came together. It doesn't look like, there's a little bit of pooling, but not super much pooling. But this, if you guys love purling, this is your shawl. Because obviously it goes back and forth with a little bit of knitting and then purling on the way back. There's a few yarn overs. Not difficult at all. It's just, it's going to be a lot of purling for you. But it fits gloriously. I don't know if it's something that I'm going to keep or not.
Oh, it looks really nice with your white beard.
I'm trying to embrace it. But I've been saving money not buying just for men, but whatever. Had to take a sip. But no, it looks really good. It's just, can this go into a gift pile? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. I love the colors. There's some orange, blues, whites, magentas, all kinds of stuff in there. But yeah, if you love purling, I suggest that you give this a try. And it's DK weight, so I think there is a fingering version, but since it's DK weight, it doesn't take too long. But look at that, isn't it fun? I don't know if it's better here. I don't think so. Can we do the down camera, please, real quick? Thank you, I appreciate you. Yeah, there's knitting and purling, then there's one row that looks like, gives it kind of a garter ledge that sticks out. I think it's every, it's a free pattern. So yeah, I think it's every 6 rows. So instead of just all stockinette, it's going to give it a little bit of more definition there.
Can you get it a little closer so you can actually make them out?
I can try my best. Let's see what happens if I do that. There we go. There's some garter edges, ridges, whatever the kids call them. But yeah, and this is gorgeous yarn. It's super yummy, delicious, and it just keeps you warm. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, I'm seeing all the beard comments. Thank you very much. It is spectacular. It's just getting used to it.
Dee says it looks debonair and distinguished.
Does it? Zoom in on me real quick. Is this my camera? I would like to sing you a song. No, it's just weird how this is still dark. It started out, we're not going to go into beard talk. This is not what this show is about. But it started out years ago with a little bit of just gray right here. Then like the second year, the summer, fall went by. Then like, oh, it's here. Then literally the last 2 years, it just swallowed up my entire face. We're good though. We're gonna get through it. But this isn't super gray. I mean, it's super gone in the back. That's why I never show the back. But this is still brownish. First world problems. If this is the only problem I got, then I'm doing good.
Right.
Cheers. That is all for you made that.
I have one more, and this one's kind of a big make. So you guys know me largely as, or mainly, I hope not largely, but you guys know me mainly as a quilter, and sometimes I get into like actual sewing projects. Well, I was, I'm a team player, and I'm gonna get myself ready for Rhinebeck. And everybody has, ooh, look at me, I have my Rhinebeck sweater. Show us your Rhinebeck sweater. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't do that.
I don't do this.
So I was gonna do a Rhinebeck coat jacket, and I was gonna put a compass on the back, like a nice quilted compass on the back. But gang, I'm telling you, it turned out so phenomenal that it's actually too nice of a jacket to actually put some embellishment on the back. So I have made
Fashion show.
Here, I'm going to see if I can do this without mucking things up. But I have made a denim coat, which is almost finished. I mean, like my Tuesday night Zoom gang, I think I had this done 2 weeks ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. But I'm like, yeah, all you have to do the hemming and the buttons. But basically, gang, I have made myself a very beautiful light denim. And there's buttons in here, so I've got my buttons. But I absolutely love this jacket. That it really turned out nice. This is a size 42. Why am I lopsided? There we go. So this is a size 42, and it really, I'm gonna fix the collar a little bit. There we go. And it really, it really turned out nice. I'm really, really thrilled.
I love it.
And there's a little bit that I still want to do because this is a 42. And when you're doing a men's jacket, you're actually measuring by the chest. And the arms, it's funny, the arms fit perfectly. Like I don't have large arms, but it just fits perfectly. I feel like even the 42, when I measured, I must have lost some weight because it's actually a little bit big for me. And so I'm going to, there's only a couple things left that I want to do, and I'm going to take it in just a little bit. I'm going to put a couple of darts in the back just to take it in. So I still want to be able to wear a long sleeve shirt. I don't know that I would wear like a heavy sweater under it. Like I just want it to be like a early fall, like cool weather, but not cold weather. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm like this big puffy thing. Mm-hmm. So I love this. I'm going to add just a little bit of top stitching. I have buttons left to do. I don't know if I can show you the buttons that I've picked out.
Are you doing buttons on the pockets or just?
No. 3 buttons, okay. in the front. But we've got, is this going to make it out?
It will eventually.
Hello?
You can do it. You can do it.
You get the idea. I'm backwards.
Do you want me to try? It's almost there. There it is.
You can see it.
Kinda.
So those are the buttons, and it is a pattern by, who are they? Mercantile. It's the Foreman by Merchant and Mills, and it really, really, really is. It's pretty easy. I mean, like, I personally do not, and actually this is a UK company, and they have only a couple of men's patterns, but this actually could be unisex if you did take it in a little bit. If your sewing experience and comfort level, you can take it in a little bit. Like, I'm gonna take in the shoulder just a little bit because I want it to, I feel like it's just coming in a little bit, and I could just take it in. This is more now where I'm doing some alterations so that it actually fits me. But I don't cut my patterns, so like I took like a day just to trace all of my pattern pieces, but then it took me like 2 days to whip together. And there's actually no lining on this, and it's just the way that you finish your pieces. So I'm going to take it inside out and then show you, like, it is just like there's an inside facing here, so it's all done. But I actually used the serger to give it that nice finish, so like you're not going to get a lot of fraying there. And then I did the same with the arms. In this pattern, it actually comes, the arms are in 2 pieces, so you have a front and a back part of the arm. So maybe I could show it on this one, it might be easier. So you have your back and then you have your front, so the arms are in 2 pieces. But you see, I just used a serger, which was really just a nice way to finish it off so that you're not going to get a lot of fraying. And I mean, like, I love, love, love the way that this coat turned out. And it is, I'll tell you, this was a denim that perhaps maybe I should have laundered beforehand. But I mean, like, the way I pieced it, just like if I'm talking about getting the laundering done first, was just because by the time, a day and a half, the time of handling all this, my hands were blue. So definitely this needs to be washed to like get some of that excess bleeding out of the way. It's not something that I'm going to wash over and over and over again, but I do need to do that. I'll do some color catchers, wash it by itself. And then I think it was Fizz, I believe it was Fizz who was telling me that she would recommend putting something that you're going to wash that might bleed and you don't want that dye to get into your washing machine, that if you have one of those pillowcases that has a zipper and maybe it's towards the end of its life, maybe before tossing it, that you could repurpose it and use it for things that you're going to be laundering and trying to get the color out, so that that color is not necessarily making it its way to the washer barrel. Is it called a barrel?
Yeah, I think
but the drum. So that might be one way to launder it. I'm going to try that. I think we do have some extras, and I will say, man, I mean, like, why is it so difficult? My name is Chip. I have one complaint. Why is it so difficult that you go shopping in, whether it's off the rack retail or even in your fabric shops? I mean, like, when you're going denim, everything is stretch. Why does everything have to have a stretch? I'm so sick of stretch.
Yeah, that's a new thing that started a few years ago, and people are like, "Oh, this is the best thing." I'm like, I still want my jeans tight.
Yep, and Fizz says, yep, that was her. So Fizz, thank you for the recommendation.
Nice.
But yeah, so even with when I went to, was it Diesel? I forget what store it was.
Diesel.
At the factory outlet.
They're still around?
When I was buying my jeans, the woman says, no, we're going to get you, what size are you? I told her my size, and she goes, nope, we're going down 2 sizes because of the stretch. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to be skinny, you mean I can swap numbers? But you know how it is, like, you put your jeans on straight away and you're like, oh yeah, these fit. And like within 15 minutes, you're trying to pull them up, and I don't know, it's like, I don't necessarily want to wear a belt with denim, but no, like, no matter where you go, the denim has stretch, and even this denim, it did have some stretch.
Nice.
So anyway, Merchant and Mills, I would love to do a sew-along on some kind of pattern. So like things that, like the techniques, whether it's the yoke, or whether it's the collar, or whether it's the facing on your, maybe it's a shirt or it's a jacket. If you could do a sew-along, that's the great time to like, hey, everybody, you can ask your questions, and you know, it's fun.
Kevin M, though, said that he needs the stretch in order to do deep knee bends. I don't know why Kevin would be doing deep knee bends, but maybe he goes to the gym in his jeans.
Okay. So he doesn't have a tear out, a blowout?
Yeah, he doesn't want to blow out at the gym.
So anyway, so that's that. That was my last, you made that?
I do have one more you made that I totally forgot about.
What is it?
It is...
Did you make it for me?
I did not.
Oh.
No, this isn't a surprise. I finished, the last time we podcasted, I was working on this Ginseng cardigan. It is by, I gotta get their names right. It is by, oh my gosh, there we go. Kiyomi and
Sashiko?
Sashiko Burgeon. It was in the Moon and Turtle book. It's supposed to be an oversized cardigan made out of Aran weight yarn, and I finished it. Little struggle with some of these things. It's a little big. After I blocked it, it did grow a lot. Here we go. Looking good. I still need to add buttons to it. It grew. It grew. So, again, it's supposed to be oversized, but I think it might
Actually, Erin, it looks
be
good.
too over. Like my hands are all the way down like this, and I'm just hitting the pocket.
Can you make it even?
Yes, I can try to. Oop, that's the wrong way.
There you go.
There we go. So maybe if I add buttons, there's two little strings for the pockets that are still hanging out. If I add a little bit of, not string, some buttons here, maybe it would class it up a little bit. But yeah, here it is. I just think it's,
You know what?
a
I
little
mean,
too big.
Erin, we all have those. We all have those sweaters, or it's like you go through those points in your life when you're at work, and it's like you're not feeling the most comfortable about yourself, and it's like it's nice to put something over,
like
and
a hug.
it's a nice cover up. It's like, hey, I don't think it is. I think it is totally a beautiful sweater. I love the. Do you love
This? Yeah. So
what do you call this?
the button band.
The button band.
Yeah, the button band is going down. So this was made out of City Tweed by Knit Picks. Love the color. It is a kind of, this color is brocade. It's 164 yards for 100 grams. Love it. What I didn't love is when I blocked this, it bled like crazy. Now, being a yarn dyer now, I understand that bleeding can happen, especially reds and stuff like that. So you're like, oh, the water's a little bit red. Sometimes the water's a little bit blue. Try to get it out of there. But this was a bleeding like I've never seen before. I don't know if I took a picture of it. See, there's a difference to me between, oh, this kind of bled, and we kind of expect that from like reds and some other colors, to that was just like, that's like all purple. So if you do get this yarn, the darker colors, I would just tell you to maybe be careful. I should have done color catchers, but I'm glad it didn't change the color of the white around the button band, because I also used for this part.
That's not white.
What is it? Well, cream?
Tannish cream.
Tan. This one's called Snowshoe. So that was that. So I'm glad it didn't like screw up that color. And the greenish in the middle of it is Malabrigo Rios and teal, and I held it together with a Serial Knitter's Uwak that had some green in there, because I was like, no, it's a DK weight. Either way, I held two together, and it worked out perfectly to get that green stripe in the middle of it. But yeah, so I'm happy with this. I think it came out a little too large, but I'm gonna still own it and rock it. And part of me wants to know mentally, should I have not done a colored button band? Would it look better on me to not have the like bold, here it is, and just like all purple? But that's what I did. If you ever make this, I suggest, it's super fun to make. The pockets I didn't understand the pocket creation, but they have their own website about how to make these pockets. So if you do get the pattern, the Ginseng cardigan pattern, it's even in the book, the Moon and Turtle book, or it's on Ravelry. If you get to the pockets and you're like, I don't know what to do, there's a website that actually talks to you about how to make the pockets. So don't lose faith, don't rage quit or anything like that. It just takes a little bit of tweaking to learn how to do that. if you get there and need to find the website, reach out to me. I'll try to guide you there.
Okay, just so you know, everybody's saying is I think it looks really comfy, and comfy is the reoccurring theme when people look at it.
Oh, good.
So it doesn't look like, oh, it doesn't, you know, you shouldn't be in it. It looks comfy. It looks like something that you're like, you know what, I need some me time.
Me time in the cardigan. I will be also wearing this behind the barn. So
Tandy says she loves the cardigan.
good. I can fit probably Tandy and me in this. It'll be like it's a little hug. Yeah.
Kathleen, she loves the colors.
Thank you, Kathleen. But that is officially my last. You made that?
Well, Aaron, let's just keep you going. You're on a roll. So, what are you making? Are you what are you making?
So, some of you are probably again trying to finish up that Rhinebeck sweater. I'm not gonna finish mine. I have not. I screwed up on that. I said a couple weeks ago, I think I was talking with Carrie. Carrie and I have been talking a lot lately, Carrie and Creative Obsession. We're like, we should do something that's like crochet for Rhinebeck, because I know crochet happens at Rhinebeck, but you just don't hear about it as much. I don't personally. Maybe there's a whole community that talks about Rhinebeck and crochet. So I was like, maybe if I did a granny square cardigan, and then I was like, I bet I can make up my own pattern. I got this. So I started making I don't know if I have any granny squares that are still left.
I can't believe you're still rocking your semen.
I am rocking my semen bag. That's my, favorite bag.
This is like how many years old?
At least 3 or 4.
This is like when I first started trying to make even just bags.
Yeah. So I started making just kind of my own square. And then I was like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. So then I went on just the internet, Google, and said pinwheel cardigans. And it brought up this amazing looking sweater. But there was no pattern. It was like the actual, cardigan that was for sale. And so I took a picture of him, like, how can I kind of create this? And I couldn't figure it out. So I was talking to Zach Stout that day as well. I created one thing, sent him a picture. He's like, oh, that looks pretty good. Then I went up a hook size. So this is 4.5 millimeter needle. So I have 3 colors. Can we do a little bit of overhead real quick? Kind of did a pinwheel. Since I made this up, I can tell you what I did. These are treble crochets. I did 8 of them. So, and then between each of them, I would chain 3. And then I did some double crochets to bring them together in a different color. And then this pea coat color, these are all knit picks. These are all worsted weight. And then I made the square out of that. So I was like, okay, good. Then once I started kind of putting them together, I was like, I realized that I do not know how to do a pattern. At the men's knitting retreat, my friend Rudy and my friend Ken said, hey, we'll help you write a pattern. They wrote a pattern. I started to put things together. It was looking good. And again, probably nothing against knit picks. Totally like their yarn. It felt good. When I blocked this to try it out, it grew again. So then I kind of got discouraged. I got most of the body done.
There was no drama with that.
There was no, should there have been drama?
Yeah, let's do that again.
It grew. It grew after blocking. So yeah, literally, I think this grew 6 to 8 inches. Because when I was trying it, on,
this one just makes the last one look even better.
I know. When I tried this on before I blocked it, it came to. It was about I'm wearing a very long shirt today. It was about here. I was like, okay, then I'll add 2 inches, like 2 inches of ribbing here. That way it kind of just looks good. But it's now hanging like way too long. Looks a little bit of hippie-ish. And I want to
especially with the strings.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to do 2 inches of ribbing here and like kind of the button band and stuff, 2 inches of ribbing, then add the sleeves. For the sleeves, I was just going to do all peacoat or blue, which I don't know. Yeah, peacoat or blue, and then kind of attach them on. But then I'm just kind of, I'm not angry.
Oh, you were bitter.
I'm like, do I remove a couple panels from the bottom, then do 2 inches of ribbing? Do I just go with it and do this?
I feel like it's not as long as, I think maybe one row.
Did it shrink up a little bit?
A little bit. I think if you got rid of one row, what do you guys think?
I don't know. And then I wanted a V, obviously, but I'm like, when the V starts here, I'm like, this is probably going to be too deep a V, so maybe I should rip out this half one and bring it up as well. But then even if I add 2 inches of ribbing here, I feel like it's still going to hang off the shoulder. But if I put a whole thing, basically, this will not be ready for Rhinebeck unless I just put it on like this. Tried to create my own thing. Maybe it didn't work out super well, but you know what? That's all right. That's what crochet and knitting are all about.
Okay, so D says one row, and then maximum yardage says I would have removed one row.
Okay.
Valerie's also saying take off a row from the bottom. Yep.
Maybe we'll try that. But yeah, I mean, it's just, obviously it's fitting kind of ill right now. Excuse me. But if I add a little bit of button band, yeah.
Great Scott wants to know, is it superwash?
It is not superwash, Scott. Just like the last one was not superwash either, so I'm really surprised it grew. I have a tickle in my throat, so I think I'm going to have to hand it over to you while I get a drink. Excuse me. Apologies, I just coughed in your ear. But yeah, it's still fun. I still want to finish it. It's just, I don't want it to look like a super hot mess. I don't want people like, oh, you made that. I want it to be like, oh, you made that? Not, ooh, you made that. Choices.
So, but the thing is that you're never ever going to master different techniques unless you go through these learning things. Like, you know, it's like, what could go wrong? Like, is it your gauge? Is it the yarn? Is it the, you know, like, you're not going to know until with practice comes perfection.
Very true. Very true. Thank you for that. Just because, yeah. So yeah, I'm basically starting the arms and the peacoat. And another thing is, I ordered this peacoat last Black Friday, gorgeous blue. And then I was like, maybe I need some more peacoat color since the majority of that is the peacoat color. The new peacoat color that came is almost black compared to this blue. So just a little inconsistency in colors.
Needle says category for Rhinebeck. Needle's category is fierce crochet for Rhinebeck.
That's what it should be. I don't know if it's fierce disaster or fierce, like, you know, the good fierce. But yeah. I'm like, maybe I'll take it with me, and I don't know, if somebody wants to meet me behind the barn to try to put it together, I think it'd be fun.
I'm loving it.
Thank you.
I mean, I love your journey for you.
You love this journey for me, but I tried something different, and it's just, now that it's on the back burner, it's still in the kitchen, I just need to get to it and try to piece it together.
Okay, so, you know, you'll get there, I promise.
Okay. A chip. What are you making?
Okay, so I have a UFO that I am currently working on, and gang, remember I said that I was doing a quilt along and this past summer. So we may not have been podcasting, but we definitely have been busy. And again, this year's quilt along with the Wool Patch and Curly Seams with Stuart, Tracy, and Emma, we did the compass, the Mariner's Compass, and I did this one, and it was a lot of fun. Again, thank you to Tracy, who actually went ahead, worked ahead, and she had the rulers, and she had everything for a couple of years, just like me, and I think likewise Emma. And none of us, we had bought the system, which is, you get a couple of rulers, and I wish I had brought some paper. So let me do
What
this.
can I do?
So it comes with, you can buy a book, you've got some rulers, and there's specific techniques. And I will tell you that I was going for the Maker's Medallion, which requires actually 2 books. Now, we love Robin Ruth. She was so nice to us and gave us a discount code for people who wanted to participate. Love, love, love. But we did have some feelings. We did have some needs. And when you're working on, let's say, this pattern, you're sometimes going between 2 books.
Oh, really?
And you're flipping between pages because, you really have to, this is one that you cannot be sidetracked. This is not like potato chip quilting or potato chip piecing. This is something that you definitely have to watch. That said, it was really great that all of us were going through, and it was a choose your own adventure. You choose whichever Robin Ruth pattern that you wanted to do, and then everybody went for it. So you're choosing your colors, you're choosing your pattern. I did the medallion, and so this is a UFO. This was what I finished on time, and if I can make it straight, and absolutely, I'm loving this.
Love it.
This turned out into my quilt stream colors, which is blue and yellow. Now, the funny thing is these outer points actually should be more straight at like 90 degrees, but mine actually look like they're kind of off, but it gives it motion where you see that they're going in a that yellow is going kind of in a counterclockwise motion, like a sawtooth. Love, love, love this. Now, lesson that I learned personally is that when you're not quite ready to put your project onto the long arm for the next year, you may have it on the floor because there's a backup. But gang, Seamus barfed on it because it was on the floor. When you have a little senior cat, maybe you shouldn't leave your UFOs on the floor. So he absolutely barfed on it. And so I had to wash it, and that's why you see like on the right here, it's like it's a little frayed. Yeah, because I had to put it through the washing machine, and you really can't tell. I think it's here.
Where was it? Yeah, it looked tea stained, but maybe the washer got it out.
So yeah, I'm having a hard time finding it, but there's definitely a corner that is just not 100%. I think it might be this corner. I really can't even tell. But because it's just a little off color, I'm actually gonna put this into soak, and I'm gonna tea stain it. Like I'm gonna actually take some tea bags or like just do a home remedy and make this all tea stained, and it'll be more of an antique look. And then once that's done, then I'm gonna go ahead and just quilt it up, and this will become a wall hanging. I love, 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 love this.
Me too.
This is actually Allison Glass fabric, the black and white. And then we have, this is Bohemian Rhapsody is the yellow and the blue and the grays and the black. Bohemian Rhapsody, it's so hard to find this fabric. It's something I have held on to for so long, and I just love the way that this turned out. It is so gorgeous. And I know that I have another compass quilt that I'm going to do, and I know that Stuart is going to be doing it too. I see him in the comments. It's a Harlequin version, and it actually, the background is all in Harlequin, and then you have your compass in the center. It is a fun technique, but you have to focus. You have to keep your attention on task, and then you just make it up. But this is a nice, if you're somebody who isn't into paper piecing, then maybe this is for you. If you're somebody that like, hey, I just want the precision, but I don't have to worry about all this algorithm of moves and cutting, then maybe paper piecing is the route. So there's something for everybody, but definitely love my compass little wall hanging with barf.
I love you with barf. Barf is our big word here. Barf.
Barf.
Love the colors. It inspires me for a yarn color or yarn colorway. Obviously, you'd have to keep the blues and the yellows away from each other so you don't get the green. But
Yeah.
because I love
When
that
you
color
wash.
choice. When I wash?
Oh, when you're dyeing it.
Yeah, because yellow and blue makes green. I just learned that today. Just kidding. But yeah, so I love the blue and the yellow.
I got really like comic book. The comic book colors, and like there's some, the more intricate the pattern is, like this one, I would say it's intimidating when you're trying to choose your color palette and like how many colors. And
Charlie's comment.
what is Charlie's saying? You can wait.
Charlie's comment made me laugh.
What does it say? You can plan your colors based on what you feed. Seamus. Oh, Charlie, you are right. I mean, like, he always waits until we've just steam cleaned the carpets and then barf.
Yeah, you could be cats. Love them. They're amazing, but they can be in miles of linoleum and find a 1x1 piece of carpet, and that's where they will get sick. Cats.
I know.
They make their life. They're little stinkers.
So that's our Maker's Medallion by Robin Ruth Designs, and that finished out at 30/30. Yeah. So I'm actually going to save my last two because I'm just looking at time. I'm going to save my last What Are You Makings for next time.
Does that mean I save mine? I only have one more.
No, go for it.
I have tons more stuff to show, but we're keeping stuff for like.
I
because
get
maybe
it.
we'll have another episode here in a few weeks because I didn't want to be like.
Shoot your wad.
Yes, I did. I was trying to phrase my things
With
different.
an epic, Game of Thrones
5-hour episode.
5-hour episode.
Nobody wants that much fiber hustle. We're good at little doses. Okay, so my last what are you making is, again, Stephen West. My notes went away, I think, when you moved your stuff. This is this is not, I don't know where I am. This has become impossible. Nope, that is not it. Well, it's a marled, what is it? It's a garter marled cardigan by Stephen West. He came out with a sweater pattern like a month before the cardigan. So I bought the sweater pattern. It's like, I don't have time for that. Then I saw the cardigan. I was like, yes. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll have this ready for Rhinebeck. Wrong. So, wrong. I am loving, if we want to talk about color choices, I'm loving my color choices.
Do you have snacks in your basket?
In my chip basket, I keep yarn and snacks, but they're empty snacks. This is I must not have touched this since the retreat.
Sure, it's the retreat.
Because there's Cheetos or all this kind of stuff. What's this? Oh, look, there's one that's not here. You can have that for later.
What is it?
It's a
apple pie.
Bobo's apple pie stuffed oat bite is delicious. So, I am making the garter cardigan. This is fingering held double, so you kind of want to marl it, then you hold two for like 2 or 3 rows, then you drop one, then you pick it back up. Since it's garter, there's no purling back and forth. It makes life much better. But are you ready for this? I'm sorry. This is just...
Oh, wow.
Look at that. So these are mostly it's kind of given a fall color vibe. Some of it's coming off as black, but these are really deep blue color. This is mostly Mad Tosh. I think it's their super singles. Let me drop it right here. Yeah, Mad Tosh super singles. Then I would alternate, like I know this right here is Needles at the Ready Fire Pit. So there's a lot of Fire Pit from Needles at the Ready in here. There's a Trilogy yarn in here. Nancy, forgive me so much. I forget which one it is. It's not Midwest Sunset. I'm not sure. And then there's some Serial Knitters Ochre, and then they're Mac and Jacks, and the rest of it is like these.
This is the Mac and Jacks.
Yeah, look at you. Mac and Jacks. Here's Kevin Needles at the Ready's Fire Pit. Here's some Ochre from Serial Knitters. This is Madeline Tosh right here. Here's Nancy's. Nancy, if you know what this is, it's really pretty, and it's not going to focus. That is not your fault. That is ours. So yeah, I'm just going back and forth. I am at the arms right now. Oh, and there's some hedgehog fibers in here as well to give it like, there's little yellow pops and hot pink. I just thought would be kind of fun to add in there. I haven't tried it on, and I don't think I'm going to try it on right now just because I got an arm going right here, and I know if I go through it, it's just going to drop a bunch of stitches because I've already dropped one. The stitches, the sleeves are supposed to be fitted, so I think I'm not going to do it as fitted. So when it says, this is just an example, if it says decrease every 8 rounds, I think I'm going to decrease every, let's say, 11 or 12 rounds, just so I'm not so, I mean, these guys right here, I don't want everybody to stare at them all day. If it's too fitted, no big deal. So yeah, I just don't want them as fitted, but I am super excited to finish this because I think it's going to be a great fall, winter cardigan. I need to get back at it, and it's squishy and it's everything. I would love to see other people make this as well because so far I'm super excited about it. And again,
What stitch marker are you using?
The stitch marker, where is it? Just a regular stitch marker. It's not even a stitch marker. Oh, this one? Oh, this is a little, I forget what this came from. It's a little sheep. You can't see it right there. But yeah, that's just to make sure that I know that I am on the front and not the back. Yeah. And oh, there's some, there's
got everything.
There's all kind, this bag, there's, your chip bag holds, basket, at least there's, at least 20 things in here. I mean, this is one of the original, this is the original.
That is the original.
Chip basket. Yeah, and it's got everything in there from snacks to stitch markers to all the good stuff. The snacks are the most important, obviously. D says she wants to make it. D, totally make it. If you don't even have to go out and buy new yarn. The Madeline Tosh I got last year, and I've always wanted to make something with it. And once I saw them kind of together, I was like, yeah, this is what I'm going to make with that. So, yeah.
And yes, Chris, Andy Warhol's wig. Yeah, I caught that. Yes, it is the Dutch apple crumb pie that somebody does love for birthday.
Oh, this one. He loves his apple pie for birthday.
So what else have we got?
That literally is, I mean, we have tons more, but we need to save it probably for another episode.
I saw one question.
Let's go back and look at the question.
Oh, it was Valerie. She says, do you think you would do a smaller quilt along for the knitters who want to try? I love people that want to try.
You do. You are very good at that.
Yep. And
You've
so, like,
encouraged and coached many people.
when we're picking out the quilt alongs, it's a group decision. It's not something that I just do by myself because it's nice that we do co-hosts, and we want something that is a stretch for some people, but it's still accessible for others. And I think we had one person who really, who was it? I forget who it was, but we had at least one person who was like, they had to get a sewing machine. Like,
Was it Sean?
I think it may have been Sean, who is it not in Kansas?
Yeah. Unless he changed his name. I mean, and used to be not in Kansas, but it might still be.
Yeah. So like he was like, okay, and it's a great place to have questions answered, and you don't. No matter what we do, it's going to be at your own pace, so you don't have to feel like you're pressured to have a deadline. But it is good that you keep up because then you're finished when everybody else is. Otherwise, we're just like, wait, what was that? And they don't remember what they did at that particular technique. So, try it.
Yeah, give it a try. Do we want to do question and answer or not? I don't depend on what time
Burning
it is.
questions. Let's do a burn.
If you have a burning question, now's the time to ask. If you're not into the question and answer, you are free to get back to your lives. I'm just curious. But so we're about an hour and a half. That's where we will kind of wrap it up. So if there's anything that must be answered today, we're here for it.
Oh, look at it. It's Snitchy.
It's the snitch.
It's the
saying
snitch.
hello. She came in late.
Maureen. I mean, like we have, most D, Susan, Brendan.
Gary. I mean, the names are coming off.
We have Fizz. Oh my gosh. Oh, Gary.
Gary. I love Gary. Someday we will meet just because, well, now that you're not in Vancouver anymore. I think he's on Vancouver Island now, so it makes it a little bit more difficult.
We got Summer. We got Barb. I mean, like, Kevin.
If the question doesn't burn, is it really a question?
Diane.
That is true star.
Melissa.
Where will there be pictures taken behind the barn? Pictures and video behind the barn at Rhinebeck. Yes.
It's not going dark.
Bring
It's just
bring $5. Shawls and sweaters, which is the most favorite from Dawn. I loved my favorite sweater is the Marled something it's another Stephen West pattern. What is it? Marled Mania sweater is my favorite sweater to wear. Kind of grew into it a little bit.
Who was that? That was Dawn?
Yes. Love it. So that was my most favorite one I knit, Marled Mania by Stephen West. And my favorite shawl, that is literally between the Paris Toujours by Isabel Kramer, because it just looks good on anybody, from little to big to short to small. Just looks perfect, and it's super fun knit because you're always engaged with something. You're doing garter, but then you're doing lots of yarn overs and kind of knit those two together. And I still love the Vertices Unite when we did that. I've knit the Vertices Unite twice. And I think Ray said a couple weeks ago he was going to knit one. I was like, oh, I might knit one with you again. And our friend Jeff, I think, is going to knit one as well. So yeah, Vertices Unite by Stephen West, Paris Toujours by Isabel Kramer are my favorite shawls to knit.
What's your favorite dishcloth to knit?
The sky's the limit. I mean, they're all
of the things.
Judith asked which barn. Judith, you'll have to find out. It'll be a secret. We'll tweet out locations on Instagram where we are. It's like a scavenger hunt. Find Fiber Hustle behind the barn.
Okay, so we need to look at the. Are you into it? Are you here for the dishcloth revolution? Take 2.
Let me plan things out and see how November will be.
Okay.
I mean, yes, we want to. Yes, but let me get some things straight first.
And Star wants to know, if the question doesn't burn, is it really a question?
It's very true. It's very true.
So Melissa says she is no longer a knitter. Blame Chip for my conversion, but she is doing the Stephen West make-along.
That is great, Melissa.
MCAL.
See, you converted someone. Good for you. And Holly, thank you so much for missing us. We missed doing this as well.
I almost hit ban.
We don't want, yeah, ban someone that gave us a compliment. Have you tried the magic heel pattern yet? No, I have not tried the magic heel pattern yet, but somebody in our group just did it, and I forget if they said they liked it or not. So yeah, I will definitely look that one up and give it a try. I might as well. Again, I'm not a sock knitter lover yet, but I'm getting better with it. It's just great. Leave it in the car knitting.
And hello, Leslie Murphy.
Hi, Leslie.
All right. Well, I think that takes us to time. We're trying not to do a complete, what's it, 90 minutes? That went pretty quick.
It did go quick.
Right. Well, okay. So for those of you who are headed to Rhinebeck, we would love to see you. So just make sure you say hello behind the barn.
1:30 behind the barn. Which barn? Again, it's like
TBD.
Fiber Hustle.
We don't know it. We've never been.
Yes, we'll be lost too.
2, we will have bingo October 29th. Watch for the sign up on Instagram. Cameras will be on. You must be in costume. Get ready to play. We are taking donations for the prizes, whether that be for digital coupons or what have you, or if you want to send them to us, that we would greatly appreciate that because we are running low. 3, look out for November because we are going to be doing a dishcloth revolution.
Okay, another one, yes.
Yes, and actually we are going to be...
Another cleanup hustlers, that's what we called it last time.
Is that what that...
Dishcloth revolution # cleanup hustlers. It was a 1-week thing, so if we do it in November, it'll be a 1-week thing again, just to kind of cleanse yourself, all that good stuff.
And the nice thing is we have, going back to the Rhinebeck, we have GIFs that we have made for some loved individuals that we know that are going to be there. But not everybody can be at Rhinebeck, so we might actually have some Rhinebeck giveaways that we're going to offer when we do our recap, Rhinebeck recap. So actually, I think we're going to be able to record or go live within 2 weeks. Did this work out well? I mean, I think it went well. It's a lot nicer that we can do everything on the fly and not have to spend an entire day and night just doing editing. So
Literally day and night sometimes.
literally. So I think you should look for us within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're excited to see a lot of you in person, and we're excited to see some of you at bingo. Most of you, everybody that comes to bingo, we're excited to see you. Look for that. And I'm just repeating everything you just said, so I will just stop now. But no, thank you everybody who's reached out and said, where are you guys? We miss you guys, all that stuff. I mean, it still means a lot to us. It's been 4 years, and we're still so happy that people tune into this tacky little show.
Has it been 4 years?
I think so. I think it's been 4 years.
Well, I mean, like we still have, I still have my Tuesday night Zoom sewing, so you're more than welcome to join that. Just hit me up and say, hey, what's the thing? Scott Cully, hello. It's nice to see you. And with that, I think, should we have asked somebody to play us out?
Johan,
play us out.
Come on, huh. You gotta get your heart